Waymos on the Uber network are completing more trips than 99% of Uber drivers out there. I guess not having to sleep really does put you at an advantage. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. We just heard from Uber in their quarterly earnings report. Also, Lyft, I want to talk about, and I got a couple of game notes for you in general on the autonomous vehicle market, something I'm very bullish on. Let's get into it. Uber had a strong quarter, reporting about $12.6 billion in revenue, just above analyst estimates. They also beat on earnings per share, coming in at 63 cents. The stock has been really running up, though. They're up 45% in 2025, 35% over the last year, and 105% in the last 2 years. They are sitting at about a market cap of $193 billion as the stock is around $92 a share today. Let's pivot to the fun stuff, and that is autonomous vehicles. This has always been the vision for Uber and is finally coming to fruition. They've had a successful launch with Waymo in Austin and then Atlanta, and they're trying to grow that and scale that as fast as possible as they're seeing a lot of efficiencies. They're doing more than that, though. They have gone out and signed a multi-$100 billion deal with Lucid and Nuro to launch a 20,000 unit fleet over the next 6 years. Let's talk about how this is going to work from a business model perspective, though. We heard from CEO David Risher on the call 3 potential models for how this is going to work over the next several years. The first is the merchant model, where basically Uber pays for the right to have that AV on their network. They're giving the AV company fixed revenue, very predictable, and Uber takes all the risk if there's rides or not. The second is what they call the agency model. That is basically how it currently works with drivers, so a revenue share. The third is like an owned assets model, where basically Uber owns all the vehicles and runs the entire fleet, and then they pay a licensing fee for the software that's required to operate that AV. While Uber is poised to continue doing well, it's important to note that there's a bunch of players entering this space. You have Tesla launching their robotaxi service, which could scale very quickly if successful. Waymo is going direct, and then there's Lyft. I was just listening to the Prof G Markets pod. Shout out to Scott and Ed on that. They interviewed David Risher, the CEO of Lyft. He is very much dug in, and they are not going anywhere. Overall consensus is that there won't be a winner take all here. I like the idea of a rising tide lifts all boats. It lowers the risk as an investor. Let me know what you guys are thinking when it comes to this space, this market, and these companies. Be good out there.